So the reparations conversation is now being not only spoken by us, but it's spoken by, people at the government level now. You have New York talking about wanting to do a commission for slavery. You have, of course, California with their commission. They have given their recommendation. They're saying that Black Americans in California who are the descendants of enslaved Africans who was toiling this land, deserve, $230,000+. And not only the white supremacists were upset, but in California, you have the anti-Black Latinos that was upset as well. You have this female here. She's Latino, and she has a big problem with it. And she's been on TikTok with a lot of this anti-Black racism. And let's go ahead on and just go through her video here. Actually, it's two of them I want to go through. We'll stop it as we keep going because, people like her need a reality check about even their position here in America. But let's go ahead and get it.
Newsom in California wants to hand out $500 billion in reparations.
Over 40% of the population in California is Latino. You're having people who are the object of persecution pay for the reparations of people who just don't want to work.
Okay, 40%. Why are you 40% of California first and foremost? And why are you talking about tax dollars? First and foremost, you wouldn't have been allowed to come over here if it wouldn't been for Black people fighting to get the immigration bill and fighting to have the civil rights movement. If you actually knew your history in this country, they didn't want you here either. They said no Blacks, no Mexicans, no Irish, no anybody, right? That's what they were saying. You didn't get any of those set asides or benefits that you're getting right now if it wouldn't been for Black folk. So yeah, you're going to pay some reparations. You sure are going to pay. Call that thank you tax. Call it that if you want to call it anything else. Say thank you for the fight, Black folks. I got to come over here to a country that's not my own and actually get something out of it.
California is home to over 11 million immigrants from all over the world, not just Latinos. Immigrants who came here with less than nothing, not being able to speak English, who managed to build their wealth.
That's not our problem. That's not our problem. We don't care.
Without leeching off of other Americans.
Oh, yes, you did. Yes, you did. In order for you to come here and work, somebody had to die for it, mainly Black people. Because at one point in time, white people wouldn't let nobody in here. Unless you was European coming from over there, you wasn't being allowed to come into this country. So no, ma'am.
Up until 1848, California belonged to Mexico. Slavery ended in 1860.
Take that up with the United States government. Why are you telling us about that? If you take an issue, and you are okay, you mentioned in Mexico, ma'am, Mexico is literally the first country you get to outside the United States of America. If you're pissed off about reparations, you don't want to pay anything, ma'am, your homeland is right there. Why aren't you there building up your homeland, ma'am? Why are you sitting up here pissed off and making comments about Black folk when your homeland is right there? Do you think if the African continent was right there on the doorstep of the United States, that I wouldn't be saying a whole lot of nothing? I said, man, I'm going right there. Shoot, that's my homeland. That's why my people originally from. You making all these demands and your homeland is literally right around the corner.
There was only over 1,500 slaves in California, and their only job was mining. They didn't build California.
Lies.
At all. If you look at any construction working team in California, mostly Latinos.
Yeah, that's true. That is totally true because there's more Latinos there. I mean, that state had a open border policy. So yeah, I mean, come on, about the majority.
Slaves didn't build California, free people with dreams did. Not to mention that Latinos are part Native American, which they were slaves as well, and massacred at 90% of the population. This is probably...
Okay, so why aren't you getting those Native American set-asides given out by the U.S. government? I mean, you brought it up, so let's talk about it. Why don't you go tell the United States government that y'all should be getting those billions of dollars that go to Native Americans every year? I mean, if you talk about reparations, that's your reparations right there. That's it. Why don't you go do it? Why are you mad at black folk? Why? If you say you Native American, go get that Native American money.
The most ridiculous bill that Democrats have tried to pass. All Latinos want is citizenship and the ability to work in America. Well, you have Americans trying to live off the tax dollars.
Okay, in one breath, you say you want citizenship and to work. But you have a homeland right on the border. Oh, God. And she feels like she's entitled at the same time. This is why black folks not fighting for no other groups no more. This is why we're not doing it. Because when we sit here and we fight for all these other groups, it's all of them. It ain't just one, it's all of them. Y'all turn around and stab us in the back. Y'all try to be against everything that we need. Period.
Dollars of Latinos who are still persecuted in America to this day.
Once again, you have a homeland. Also, why don't you fight back? Black people fight back. Why don't you fight back? If you feel like you're persecuted, fight back. Stand up. Start your own movements. But no, you know what? You waiting on black people to do it? I'm talking about her in particular. I'm talking about her, not nobody else.
Finding even affected white people like Russian Jews and black
Why are you bringing them up? Why?
and Mexican individuals. And then you feel entitled to $500 billion of taxpayer money.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are entitled to that. Yes, ma'am, we are entitled. Because my ancestors went through straight terrorism, torture, and everything else in this country. There was no America until my ancestors built it. Then because of my ancestors building it, allowed your ancestor to come over here, or some of your family members come over here and work. And this is why you probably some first generation or second generation that's here. And then you sitting in a lap of luxury that you wouldn't be sitting in. It wouldn't have been for black Americans building America. You wouldn't be able to come over here to work if black Americans didn't have build a country. You wouldn't be able to come over here to work if the civil rights movement didn't happen. Nobody would be over here working.
Because of over-policing, because people committed crimes and got caught. Are you even using your head?
What policing got to do with anything with reparations? This woman is so silly.
Imagine thinking that the problem is getting caught and not committing the crime. So yes, people who want reparations don't want to work.
Oh boy. So because I need reparations, I need my reparations. Because I need my reparations, I don't want to work. Ma'am, I work more in 24 hours than you have worked in your whole existence. I can tell. And if you want to talk about black folk, why don't you go color your hair? Let's start there. Go color your hair. You need a hair color. Go get a touch up or something. Before you talk about black folk and what they need, you go get your hair color. How about that? Are you mad because you can't get reparations to color your hair? Is that what that is? Why you hating on black people? Why? And like I said, she's not the only one. It's a lot of other groups just hating on black people. Boy, y'all getting scared that black folks may get reparations. Because see, that's the thing, black people. All these other groups feel like they entitled to get something because we get something. You understand? That's been some of our fault. Because we've always been, well, what about the other groups? And then when these other groups get something, they be like, F black people. But now we're saying, no. We worrying about ourselves for a change. Let's continue.
But again, in a state like California, which is 40% Latino.
Why you keep bringing that up? Who cares?
A quarter of its population are first-generation immigrants.
Not our problem once again.
Latinos were majorly discriminated against, came here with absolutely nothing.
You're here by choice. And also you can go back to your homeland at any time you choose to. Black Americans, let's call it what it is. We don't have a homeland to go to. Yes, we of African descent, but we do not have a place to go to. I can't just pop up and just say, oh, I'm choosing that African country. I'm going today and I got citizenship. I got to go through a process. Regardless if I love Africa or not. You, ma'am, have your homeland literally right next door. You can go there real quick and get in there. What are you talking about?
as immigrants and still manage to build wealth. What's your excuse?
Not okay. If you really want to talk about wealth, ma'am, have you looked at the financial numbers? I looked at the financial data, and no, collectively, your group does not make more than black people. Actually, collectively, your group makes lower than black people. Actually, collectively, because it's basically, if you look at the collectively, it's it's Latinos, then blacks. Okay, then after blacks, then it's whites. Then of course on top of whites is going to be the Asians. That's just bottom line how it is. So you look at the jobs there's nothing wrong with serviceable jobs, but she needs to humble herself, okay? Because her people that came here didn't come here being CEOs of Fortune 500 companies, and she knows that.
And you're asking these hardworking individuals to pay because you're too lazy to work. And this isn't about color, because not everybody of one color thinks the exact same way. This is to people who think this way.
I think this way. I think this way. And once again, that's a white supremacist talking point that this girl's using. I'm pretty sure, just listening to her and the vitriol she has, either she's slumming it up with Zaddy somewhere, or it's somebody in her community that's adjacent to Zaddy. They want to, because some of them in her community, they want to be with them folks so bad. Oh, they are raccoons for real. Some of them, for real. That's why they want to whiten the race and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? But this is the thing. They are getting scared reparations going to happen, brothers and sisters, and that's good. All we got to do is hold the line. These other groups, and them getting bothered, by us, getting reparations, because we will get reparations. I'm speaking that definitely into existence. We getting reparations. They upset because this is the reason why some of them are upset. They upset because when we put our collective mind to something as black people and we fight, and we understand it's going to be a marathon and not a sprint, they get upset because we get results. Now, they can do the exact same thing that we are doing. All of the grievances she's talking about and a couple of others, like some of them dudes that was on that American Cholo video talking about they deserve reparations. Okay, go fight for it then. Go fight for it. Go ahead. Well, where's your movement to go fight for it? No, what they want, they want us. See, the issue other people got is that we're not attaching them to our stuff. We're finally saying, okay, no, this is for us. This is what we got going on. Just like during the civil rights movement, this is for us. So we got, going on. Unfortunately, some of them allowed others to attach themselves to it. And then when they got the gift of whiteness, then they started treating us bad too. And it's the same thing that's happened with these other groups. We helped all these other groups, and then they get treated a little bit better than us, and then they turn around and being anti-black too. But you can be mad all you want, talking about these other groups or the white supremacists. You can be mad all you want. We are still going to keep fighting for reparations. We are owed reparations. It's a debt owed, and we going to get it, whether you like it or not. And like I said before, if you got an issue with reparations and talking about your tax dollars, then you are nothing but an anti-black racist. And the reason why you are anti-black racist for saying that is because you say nothing about your tax dollars going to Ukraine. You say nothing about your tax dollars going to all these weapons that can't put no food in your stomach. You don't say nothing about your tax dollars going to all these foreign nations in the billions. Matter of fact, even recently, Biden said he was going to give $55 billion to the African continent. You didn't even fuss about that one. You didn't say nothing about your tax dollars, even with that. But when it comes to Black America, because you think Black America don't supposed to have nothing, all of a sudden now you financial experts. Like I said, it's just it's funny to me that, but it's also funny that you just sitting up here, just being arrogant too. Arrogant. Extremely arrogant. This is why black folk is more and more of them are siding with Republicans on the issue of immigration right there, because when black people fight for you, get you in this country, this is how you repay black people. I told you before, we got enough white supremacists here. We don't need to be importing any. But just hold the line, folks. Hold the line. Keep fighting for reparations. Let them be mad. Let them eat cake. Let them eat cake. That's the only thing we can say. But thank you, ladies and gentlemen, joining us on the podcast. Greatly appreciate it. Make sure you click the subscribe button. Make sure you click the like button. It's very important. And we'll see you on the next one.